Ni howdy. What's up, friends? Ni hao. All right. So I'm not gonna break any new ground in this video. There's not gonna be any accusations or anything. It's not gonna be crazy. But I felt like a nice recap video of a couple of the past crazy days kind of needs to be done. A little bit about the streamers, a little bit about Steven's shit. Let's talk. Let's talk. Also, my video was temporarily disabled. I'm pretty sure due to mass reports. I'll call it that. I don't know if someone said, "Hey, everyone, go to this video and report it." I don't know. I'm sure there's been some groups of people doing that, and it worked for a little bit, but it is now back. Sorry, that's WoW stuff. It's now back, so you can go ahead and view that. Maybe try to secure it if you get my means. I don't think I'm not allowed to say the other things I want to say because YouTube will get mad. What I'm showing here is a message between a guild member and I. He got deep in the rabbit hole, started jumping into Steven's background and stuff a little bit more. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but it's important for my next subject in this video. Due diligence, stuff like that. We'll talk about that in a second. So here we have some information about something like Venma. That's the most important stuff right there. Let's move this on over. Venma Nutrition Company, 2015, a massive health supplement MLM that was shut down by the FTC for being a pyramid scheme. Their recruitment compensation structure heavily focused on recruitment rather than retail sales, which is what differentiates between what is a pyramid scheme and what is an MLM. MLMs are legal, while pyramid schemes are illegal, but to the normal everyday person, they are the same thing. They really are the same thing. And it's ridiculous that anyone would defend otherwise. It's always very shady, and they have to make sure they differentiate between retail sales and recruitment for compensation. They have to make sure they are pushing a retail product to be considered an MLM, which is not illegal. But pyramid schemes are. Pyramid schemes are illegal. Anyway, they flew too close to the pyramid scheme sun, and they got burnt by it. FTC shut them down. This is Venma. Venma. You might be asking, why am I even talking about this? That's not related to Steven Sharif. That's not Zango. That's not Intrepid Studios. Well, there's a connection there. Venma is, for all intents and purposes, owned by the Borrico family, which this is a Facebook page. This dude follows 424 people. Steven Sharif, if I can move this, ends up being one of them. Okay, is that enough to kind of say they're linked? No, absolutely not, right? That's not enough to say they're linked. But this kind of goes over settlements that they agreed to pay a $238 million settlement over at Venma. All that stuff, pyramid schemes, right? But again, how is that linked to Steven other than a Facebook page? That's nothing, right? Well, Intrepid Studios, going over their filings, stuff like that. If we start going down here a little bit, we will find Venma, again, key people, Borrico, stuff like that, right? If we go and look at Intrepid Studios, the UCC search for the documents, what name is that right there? How is the owner of Intrepid Studios, Karen Borrico, which is also a co-founder of Venma, that got shut down and fined for pyramid schemes and all that stuff, why is she now the secured party on the UCC search? Intrepid Studios, San Diego. Secured party name, Karen Borrico, now owns Intrepid Studios. And again, we'll go back up here. That is the same company that was shut down for the same crap that Steven made all his money with. MLMs and alleged pyramid schemes, which really isn't alleged at this point because, I mean, the FTC said, yeah, bro, you're done. No more of that shit. So you can find all that, all public information, ftc.gov. It's got all of that information available. So there's some very rabbit hole-esque strange stuff when you start really diving into this. They're all linked. All these MLM pyramid scheme people, they're all linked. And now they're jumping in to help a friend save Intrepid Studios and such. Like, this stuff gets fishy. It gets really weird. And it gets to the point where, like, you start feeling like a flat earther, right? You start pyramid scheming and not pyramid scheme, Jesus Christ. Thinking about all these conspiracy theories and stuff like that. You start deep diving in there. What's the meme with the guy at the whiteboard? You know, you start thinking like you're crazy. It's just crazy, man. You start getting into it deep. There it is. You start deep diving into it, and it just keeps going. It keeps going. It keeps going, and you end up. Am I nuts? But there's paper trails for all of this. There's public filings that go. It all says it. It's all right there. It is what it is. That's reality. All these MLMs and stuff. They're all these people are connected. All these head honchos at these companies. They're all connected. But yeah, like I said, this is a guild member. He's diving into the rabbit hole. He's gonna end up crazy. He's gonna go insane. But I think this is the sales of his house and stuff, which I don't really care about the personal stuff. I don't even want to make it about that and get into that. But it's all about how did Intrepid Studios end up in Borieko's hands? That's kind of what it boils down to. That's why I started with Venmo, to kind of explain that. Most of sales tax lien. A ton of information available in Intrepid Studios. It's all public information. None of this is hidden in any way, shape, or form. You can look at all this yourself, and I implore you to please do so. Don't take my word for any of this, right? That being said, real quick, before we end this video, I'm going to touch real quick upon the Sellout streamer stuff, right? Let's talk about that. I recently did a video discussing Esfin's stance in all this, or his, I don't know, situation in all this, right? Let me say this. Bundling every single Sellout streamer in the same category is not fair. It's not fair. It's really not. There are some that they push this thing as like the end all be all. You have to get in this. You don't want to miss out. Look how trustworthy this all is. Look how much. There's people that have videos. I wonder if they're still there. I'll have to take a look. Have videos about the background of Steven and the Kickstarter and all this assurance and all this, hey, look, it's self-funded. If anything happens, everything's going to be okay. And they took Steven for his word. He did make claims. He made claims on Reddit. There's a lot of Reddit responses from Steven saying, hey, I can cover all the funding. If for whatever reason we run out of funds, I can self-fund it. There's tons of information that honestly does not look good. I was looking at all that, kind of going through it a little bit, looking at a lot of these Sellout streamers. I won't use names specifically in this one. I mentioned Esfan because I did a video on him, but people defend these sellouts with people are getting on my case on Twitter, coming to my Discord, all that crap, right? They're the most popular defense of these people, these sellouts, are how are they supposed to know? Are they supposed to do their homework? Yeah. Yes, they are. I would argue absolutely. If you consider yourself an influencer and you're going to have thousands of viewers on your Twitch when I have 6, all right? I'm super jealous. No, I'm never a sellout. I never chase the viewers. I just play what I like to play, right? Whether it brings me 10 viewers or 1,000. I don't care about that stuff. But if that's what you care about and you consider that your job, you don't work, you do that as your job, you influence, you promote games, you push games. Yes, it is your due diligence. It is your job to do your due diligence, to know who you're supporting and what product you're pushing before you start doing that. Before you start doing that pushing, you should be doing your due diligence. You should be doing your research. That is your job, according to you. That's what you do, right? You're an influencer. You have to have some dignity. You have to have some sort of pride in what you do to not support this type of crap, because it kind of makes you just as bad as them. And I mean that to anyone that has ever done an interview with him or anyone on Intrepid. Yeah, you do hold some blame. Some more than others. Some of them aren't as Sellout. Some of them didn't push it as much. People keep asking me, why don't you do Asmongold? Honestly, I've done no research on Asmongold yet. We'll do it. We'll look. We'll break down some stuff. If you've ever done an interview, if you've ever covered the game to great extent, like every video on your channel is Ashes of Creation. For some reason, Ashes of Creation has a massive amount more. I don't know. You're a big gaming channel. You have 10,000 videos, and every game gets like 2% of your total video coverage, but Ashes of Creation has 20%. Yeah, you're a problem too. That's a problem. If you ever push this game, you have some blame. You do. Some blame lies with you. Again, not all blame is I don't know, dispensed equally, we'll say, right? Not all blame is dispensed equally. Some are more guilty than others. Now, you may not agree that people have to do their homework, and it's a game at the end of the day. We only care about the game. Okay, that might be you. You don't care about who's running it, who owns it. You only care about the game. And you know what? In the MMO genre right now, in the MMO world, we are starving. We are thirsty for something good. So I understand. But we are going to be at a disagreement there. If you believe that these head streamers, big names in gaming are not supposed to do their homework and they should only care about the game, I think that's ridiculous when a lot of these guys jump on every little political event, every little political incident that occurs. They're there to jump on it. They're there to be, stop supporting blah because they don't like this country's. If you're going to be doing stuff like that, making stances like that, going into political debates and going on tirades on your streams and stuff, we've all seen it. I don't like getting into politics. I don't like politics. It causes too much unnecessary drama. Not a fan of discussing it. Everyone's got their beliefs and their differences on it. But if that's your type of thing, and that's outside of your main customer base, which would be you guys, the viewers, that's politics. Most of your viewers are here for gaming. How are you avoiding the gaming background and the gaming related potential scams? How are you avoiding that? But you're talking politics. You're talking about something that has nothing to do with your games, nothing to do with what you stream, nothing to do with what you push on your audience. But you're ignoring the background of the company and the people running it. That's not right. It's not right to do to your people. I think that's fucked up. In the future, we have to do that. We have to look into who is the host of this. Not only because it's important to do for yourself, man. This MMO dev or this developer, he released 5 games in early access. He's finished none of them. Here's the 6th one. Do we support this? No. I would say, hey, I like the way this game looks, but guys, he didn't finish his last 5 games. Might not want to support this. He just keeps going on to the next project and abandoning his early access. You owe it to your viewers. You owe it to the people that support you. So if you want to come attack me and stuff, that's fine. That's cool. Go for it. Report my stuff. I don't care. You can do that. But I'm going to die on this hill. All right? That's where I got to die. That's where I got to die. I don't care. I'm going to stand my ground on this and say, you owe it to your people. We all got to be better with that shit. Fuck that. Fuck supporting people that are making their living off MLM and pyramid schemes. I don't stand for that shit. I don't like the background of how this game was. And I was standing my ground from the very beginning. I got my death threats. I got my lawsuit threats. I got everything. All right. So I'm going to use that opportunity to now speak out about it because now everyone else can see it. You can see what this shit was, see what it turned out to be. And there's some very fucking fishy shit going on. I'm telling you, sisters, brothers, owners of this company and that company, and they're all connected. Before I end this video, I'm so glad that I didn't end this video yet, because I'm pretty sure I have a link to share from someone that, yep, you guys may have seen this already. 310 Nutrition. 310 Nutrition, a nutrition company. What? What's that? What the fuck is that? What the hydration elevate? Why is that on a nutrition Why is that on a nutrition company's page? What does that got to do with anything? That's nutrition. Well, it turns out 310 Nutrition. 310 Nutrition owner. About us. 310 Nutrition. Let's pull up their website. What was that name? Let's control F a name. Let's control 310 Nutrition started in West LA with one of the simple idea. What you put in your body matters. If I can read. A founder, Tim Sharif. So there's so much like nepotism and stuff going on in this world. This person's sister's brother's uncle is in this MLM scheme, and he's got his names on the court filings by the FTC, and now they're involved in Intrepid Studios to some regard. Now he's pushing products, merch, which apparently, allegedly, these products at 310 Nutrition just went live, like after this announcement, like days ago, like a day or two ago. That's when that went live. When these products started being posted. Reviews don't look great on that. I wonder if... Yeah, there's almost no reviews. This stuff was just posted, just pushed. There's so much oddity, so much weird stuff going on in the background that it really does make you seem conspiracy theory crazy. You know, it drives you nuts. Kind of makes you think you're going nuts. You end up in a loony bin. It's kind of crazy shit. Anyway, guys, I'm not gonna beat a dead horse on this. We'll talk a little bit more because, as you guys know, I lead a guild called the Orenthal. It is a second job. Guild management, if you're serious about MMOs, it is a second job. Burning Crusade launches Thursday. I don't have too much time. I will be live streaming it if you ever want to check it out. It'll be a long stream. I'm going to be up for well over 24 hours. I don't know, maybe 48. We'll see. We're going to do some crazy leveling. It'll be fun. But tune in or come talk shit, whatever you want to do. Come curse me off. It's always fun. I will catch you guys in the next video. Later.